introduce yourself, what you and your team are doing, and most of all, the core functionality of AuditOne?
Sure. I'm David. I'm co-founder at AuditOne, and the core functionality is we do smart contract audits and other verifications such as KYC, tokenomics review, NFT collection review. So what we try to deliver is trust into Web3 ecosystem as such. And maybe I'm gonna start directly with the presentation.
Yeah, please do. Feel free to share your screen.
Yeah.
Yes, your screen is incoming, and you may kickstart your presentation, David.
Great, thank you. So as I said, we do smart contract audits, and we are the trust layer of the Web3 world. So right now, Web3 is quite cannot really be trusted. I mean, I think all of us have experienced some rug pulls or funds being stolen from different projects in the past couple of years. And I mean, also statistics shows that most of crypto traders have experienced something like that in the past. And every year, more and more funds are being stolen through different DeFi hacks. And the reason is quite clear. I mean, only a third of all smart contracts are being audited right now.
Excuse me, David. I'm
Yes.
so sorry for intervening you. You have such a great initiative, and I don't want the quality to get lost. I experienced that your screen quality is a little bit on the low side, but also your voice. Is there by any chance you could enhance your network connection?
Maybe I closed all of other tabs and everything. Is it better now?
Your voice is amazing. Unfortunately, the screen, it's a little bit better.
Okay.
If it stays like this or it gets worse, is there by any chance that your colleague could join our call, that you keep on speaking, but he will go through the slides together with you?
Yes, we can do that.
I think that's a great idea. Like, I don't want to miss this presentation, so let's see. I will ask my colleagues to reach out to your colleague.
I think he's tuned in, so.
I cannot see him at the list. I've seen him before, though. So David, please take
Yes.
a 1 minute break, and then let's
Sure.
recontinue.
Sure, no problem.
Hey there, Raja. Thank you so much for joining.
Hi. So I'll just share my screen. So that
Please.
you can,
Yeah.
Now, is it clear? The slides?
Yes, this is perfect. Thank you so much for joining, Raja. We lost David only, so it will be great if he can tune in back. Pleasure. Thank you so much for joining. Yes, David is here. Please, Raja, feel free to mute your mic, and then David can pick it up together with you. Many thanks, David. The issue is solved. So please, let's do this over again and kickstart your showcase about AuditOne.
Sure. Thanks, and sorry for the troubles. As I was saying, Web3 is right now not really secure and not really trusted. I mean, only a third of all smart contracts has been verified by a third party, and we are here to help this issue. So our core service is doing smart contract audits, and we do it by first verifying auditors and then pulling them together, always 4 of them, into one team that not only verifies the smart contract, but also in the team, each of the auditors peer reviews each other's findings, making the smart contract audits much more secure. Besides that, we also offer KYCs for individuals and do NFT collection reviews, as well as tokenomic reviews. To make our business model sustainable in long term, we have our own academy for the auditors, where they can learn and get better at auditing. And we also provide projects as well as auditors with our tools. And these tools are, for example, for automatic verification or automatic audit of your smart contracts. It can give you kind of estimate of whether your smart contract has a lot of issues or whether it's more or less secure. However, we have a lot of false positives there, so manual audit is always needed. Then there are also tools for tokenomics and marketing tools. So if you are interested in trying them out, you can look in through our app and try it out. It's all for free. And lastly, we have Trust Layer, which we integrate into platforms such as launchpads or exchanges. And this is with API, you can reach out then our services as a user of these platforms, get the KYC, or if you have a project, then verify your project, and we will automatically then update the platform about your verification. So then usually on the platform, also the projects have indication whether or not they have been KYC'd or verified with audit or the NFT collection verified and so on. Here, let's go just shortly through our auditing process, how we do it. So first we get a request for an audit, then we look through the code and send a quote to the project, after which we pull together the auditors. As I said, always 4 auditors for every audit, and then we set up all the infrastructure and communication channels so that the project owner can directly communicate with our auditors, and we try to keep the whole process very transparent. Who's auditing, who found which issue, and then also the project can reach out directly to the auditor and ask for more details, some support on the issues and so on. The audit itself takes 1 to 4 weeks, during which every auditor reviews manually the whole code, and then also peer reviews the findings of other auditors. When this first phase is done, then the project gets enough time to fix the issues, and at the end we validate the fixes and create an audit report. Until now, so we founded AuditOne last summer, and until now we have done 10 audits and onboarded about 300 auditors. And these auditors were able to find an issue approximately every 100 lines of code. But that doesn't mean every code has an issue every 100 lines. It's just what we statistically got from our audits in the past. Let's the market for smart contract audits is still growing, and I think it's also because more and more projects realize that it's a good way of securing the project by letting third party look through the whole code and see whether there are some other issues that the development team itself couldn't find while building it. And market is growing, and we are here to capture it through, first of all, our trust layer that we integrate into the platforms, and this helps us also to capture these early stage projects that are just launching a token or just created an NFT collection, which makes also it much safer to invest in these just newly created startups. We have full transparency when it comes to our audits, which helps us to keep up the reputation not only of us, but also of the auditors themselves. And we are planning to have insurance pools for the audits that we did, for the projects that we audited, which would kind of put us into a position where we also bear risk of hacks together with the project. But to the project, it gives more trust into us, as we are very confident in the skills and talent that we have when it comes to the auditors. This is my team, and all of us have been working in crypto since some of us since many years. Some of us just joined, but all of us have experience working in early stage startups or building startups, and I'm really glad for having all of the team with me, and we have also great advisors from different incubators. Yeah, and now so maybe we can talk a little bit about what we did with Aurora. So we have audited, we did 2 audits with Aurora. We have audited the Aurora Bridge and the Near plugins. And I hope we can audit more of the components of Aurora as you guys develop it. And during one of these audits, we were doing it in parallel with other auditing firm, and our approach of having more auditors look at the code really paid off, or showed that it makes sense to have more auditors in for every audit, since we were able to find many more issues during that audit. And at this point, I would also like to reach out to the Aurora community. If you guys are interested in audits, please feel free to reach out, or if you want to talk about security or what the auditing process is, how we can help you make your project more trustworthy, please feel free to reach out to me or any of my colleagues. And here are just a couple of our future plans. Since founding AuditOne, since our first audit, we were saving all of the data about the issues in the code, as well as how to fix the issues. And we are looking forward to building an AI tool that would be able to identify more precisely issues in the code, and thereby hopefully in the future help us reduce the auditors pool from 4 auditors to 2, and thereby also reducing the costs for the projects during the audit. And the second future plan of ours is to create the coverage pools that would cover the losses through the hacks of smart contracts. Because while we audit the smart contracts, it does not mean that in the future somebody won't show up with new tools, new ways of hacking those smart contracts. So it's also good practice to having audits regularly, and also checking new smart contracts that are built or that expand the portfolio of the products of the project. And in these coverage pools, then if you want to try out our tools, or if you're interested in what we are building more, please look into our app, or follow us on Twitter, LinkedIn, or join us on the Discord. And this is all from my side. Thank you very much. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. And it was very nice to listen to all of the presentations before. And I'm really glad we were invited and got to present you AuditOne.
Thank you so much, David. I'm also very glad that you attended our event. It's truly outstanding what you and your team are doing. And after research, I discovered that through free audit tools, you and your team provide an amazing pre-analysis service for smart contracts. I think this is a super generous initiative. So could you please explain in depth how the pre-analysis audit process works?
Sure. So there are two parts to it, I would say. One is what you can, one is the tool that you can find in our app, that where you can just post the address of the smart contract, and it will scan through it and give you kind of an estimate of how secure your smart contract is. However, there's the problem of a lot of issues having false positives. So at the end, I would really ask you to have a manual audit to really verify all the issues, because these tools are not perfect at all. But they give you definitely the estimate of how good your contract is. And then the second part of it is that the projects can scan their contracts through from a testnet or files during development using our automated tool, and this helps them also to check for some common vulnerabilities and rectify them. But as I said before, the tool has a lot of false positives, so we always recommend to go through the manual audit. Yes.
Thank you for clarifying. Super clear. And I was wondering, what are in your view the main challenges that the industry faces at the moment in smart contract vulnerabilities? And how does your team tackle those challenges?
Okay, so I think there could be a couple of different things. One of this is lack of security expertise. So many builders may not have the in-depth knowledge how to secure code, and or don't know about specific vulnerabilities that can affect the smart contract, which can lead into security flaws. Then also a time constraint. So I mean, often many projects build under immense pressure to deliver the smart contracts, and there are tight deadlines. So there is sometimes not enough time to really look through the contracts and really verify it. And lastly, I would say the security updates all the time. So it's kind of, it could be a little bit hard for normal developer to stay up to date with all of the new possibilities, or all of the new threats and vulnerabilities that could be found in the smart contracts. So it makes sense to then employ somebody who really understands or is a professional in this field of auditing.
Understood. So considering everything, builders that lack these expertise, they should contact AuditOne.
We would be happy to help them.
Amazing. So I have one more question for you, and it's quite nice. I didn't knew about your AI tools, where you are working on at the moment. AI, artificial intelligence, is now a hot topic, and it grows with light speed. So with the recent breakthroughs in AI, such as OpenAI's ChatGPT-4, I wonder if AI technology can replace human auditors. So what is your view and experience on this topic?
Yeah, so I mean, when ChatGPT 3 was just released, I got I saw a lot of posts mentioning like audits or smart contract audits is one of the fields that can be easily replaced by ChatGPT. So we dug deeper into this, and we took actually the newer version, the ChatGPT 4, and let it audit one of the smart contracts that we audited manually before to find how good this tool is. So first of all, what we did was just feed it snippets of a code to look for vulnerability, snippets of the code where we knew there are issues in it. But it's just some of those it could identify, but mostly it just gave generic answer of like what this code does, how this code works, and it couldn't really find the vulnerabilities that we were giving it. And then when giving it the whole code and asking it to list all of the vulnerabilities and all of the issues that are in the code, then it created a very nice table. However, listed only one or two issues for every vulnerability, and thus just providing kind of very basic, I would say, overview of the code. But when it comes to vulnerabilities, it couldn't really identify most of the vulnerabilities. Let's just say 20% were identified and the rest went unnoticed. So right now, ChatGPT is definitely not the tool for auditing smart contracts, but I think it's a great tool to understand the code. So you can feed it, you can copy paste the code into ChatGPT and ask it what the code does, what's the functionality, and how it all works. And we wrote an article about all of this and how we tested ChatGPT 4 with our smart contract. And you can read it on our blog. So I would invite you, if you are more interested in the topic of how good ChatGPT is when it comes to auditing smart contracts, please have a look at our website and to our blog and read our article about it.
Wow, thank you so much for the brief overview. So the blog is on your website, right?
Yes, on our website or on Medium, either
Amazing.
or. Yeah.
I cannot wait to read it, so definitely would check it out. Overall, these were my questions from my end. I want to thank you and Raja a lot for joining our event. And truly, I wish you all the freedom to keep on creating. Like, the infrastructure definitely needs initiatives like you. So many kudos to you and your team. And I would love to see you at our next demo days, David. Thank you, Raja.
Thank you. It was our pleasure to be here. And it was very nice to meet all of the projects here. Thanks.
Thank you. Take care. Have a good day.